QuiltCon was amazing, y'all. And all I did was browse some wonderful quilts and look at a few vendors. So what's going on this week? It was a fun-packed week. It was great. I'm all energized. First of all, my bathroom is, for the most part, done. I haven't put out a video yet because of the "for the most part" portion. There's a couple things that they need to adjust. They're like minor little things. And then I do need a shower curtain rod, which they did not install yet. I don't know why. I need to talk with the uh, project manager this week and figure out when they're going to give me a curtain rod, when they can fix the stuff that isn't quite right. It's, like I said, it's close enough. It's livable, bathroomable. And then when demolition is going to start on the second bathroom. I know that demolition has to be done by the 9th, which is the middle of next week, so that my electrician can come in and do his portion. And then after that, we will have rebuild of bathroom 2 starting. So exciting. The other thing that's gone on is QuiltCon. I was down at QuiltCon on Friday. I ran into a few folks that I know. I did see Becca walking in, but I was talking with a friend, so I did not want to go try to run and say, "Becca!" So, Becca, if you're watching this, I did see you. I wanted to scream and yell, but I was also being polite to everybody else around. It was a lot of fun. There was a ton of gorgeous quilts. I got goose pimples just looking at some of the artistry. I think I felt like maybe Bob Ross at the Louvre, because just like, I know that I have a certain level of skill, and their level just far surpasses mine. But it also, looking at some of the stuff, I said, I have these little ideas in the back of my head of quilts that I want to do and put into a show. So maybe they have a chance to get put into a show. So we will see what kind of ideas come out of everything that's going on. The other thing that I managed to do is spend some quality time in here doing what we all love to do. I got a few blocks caught up on the Socialites quilt along, and I'm going to show you them right now. The first block is the butterfly block. This one was a lot of fun to do. There was nothing overly complicated about it. It was just, getting the time back in here to work on it. The next block, I think it was called the Ribbon Star or something. This one gave me a little bit of grief. I didn't read the instructions careful enough, and I didn't mark my fabrics. So I had to do a little seam ripping on 2 of the flying geese blocks. Thankfully, I managed to catch it before I did the trim. So I just did a little bit of seam ripping and swapped the 2 pieces and continued on the merry way. But this one, it was a lot of work to do, just simply because of the precise location that every piece had to be in. I think that I may have wanted to put a couple of fabrics in a different spot maybe, but I love the way this came out this way, so I'm not changing it in any way or fashion. The next block is this one. It came out pretty nice. This one I think was just, very simple to do. Just a couple of flying geese, couple squares and rectangles, and it got all put together. This one was very easy to do. It was just a square and a square surrounded in a 9 patch. This took me probably all of 20 minutes to do, just because it was so simple. And then we have this one. This one was a bit of a headache. I had gotten the block almost put together, and I realized that the flying geese here and here were in the wrong orientation when sewn together. So I had to rip basically the entire block apart. It was to the point where I was debating between taking the block apart or starting from scratch again. Uh, just pulling out the seam ripper is what won. It took me quite a bit because, like I said, I had to rip almost half the seams that I already put in there out, but it came out gorgeous. But it's blocks like these that make me wonder, how are people doing a 3-inch finished version of this? Because this is the 9-inch finished, which means the 3-inch finished is basically this section right here. And I don't know how I would put all these pieces in this little section right here. People are doing it though, and all the more power to them. I could probably do it. I definitely wouldn't do it with fabrics with designs on it like this, just because a lot of the pieces I may get, just a little smidgen of a hexagon or something like that. Or if I was using like this color, one of the pieces may be the purple color, and then another piece may be the orange color or red color. Can't see that right now in this in this thing, but it would just be the different colors, and it wouldn't quite look right on a 9-inch version. So I'm sorry, 3-inch version. So the 3-inch, I definitely would probably do in solids if I so decided to do this, but I'm not so deciding to do it. And finally, I got this block done this afternoon before I started recording. This one, it was again a very simple block to put together, so I got it done fairly quickly. That gets me up to block 11 complete, and this is the layer of patterns that I have left to complete to get caught up. The latest block that came out is block 17. So I have 5 blocks in my hand that would get me caught up. I probably won't get caught up this week, but it is a goal that I have to finally get caught up because there's only a handful of blocks left. I'm trying to do math in my head, probably about 7 more blocks left in the sew along. And I want to try to end it fairly close to when that is done. So hopefully I can get caught up over the next couple weeks. For goals this week, I'm keeping it very simple. We're going to be back in the office now officially 3 days a week. So I have a commute to contend with. It is staying lighter outside longer, and I have a light up here. So staying in my sewing room has not been difficult lately. But, I also have Riley that wants to have a lot of my attention. So there will be that. So my goals this week are going to be first, I need to do my puzzle mystery quilt. It has been sitting in the packaging since it arrived earlier this month, and I do want to get that worked on before the next one arrives. The next one's ship. Wow, we at the end of the week on Friday. So yeah, I probably should get going on that. And then my other goal is to work more on the socialites blocks. I think that if I can get some good time in here next weekend, then I will be able to get 3 or 4 more blocks done, hopefully. And again, I've seen what's coming up, so maybe it's going to be like 3. We'll see what I get. But all of that really depends on when demolition is going to start. I will find that out hopefully tomorrow, and that will let me decide how much of my goals I'm going to be able. So I have an exciting announcement for everybody. This Saturday at 8 a.m., I am going to be live with Sean, the guy who sews. He has invited me over onto his Breckie program, and we will be working on whips and chatting and getting to know each other a little bit better as male quilters. And He is a wonderful guy. He is the first person who has started sending folks over to my channel. So I'm sure everybody knows who he is. But if you don't, I am going to have his link down in the description to his channel. So I hope everybody can join us this Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern. I should probably put a time zone in there because not everybody lives out in the Eastern time zone. Sean probably knows the best way to describe it for anybody else. Basically, if you're on the East Coast, it's, early. If you're any further west, it's even earlier, but he does it at 8 a.m. because he has a handful of awesome Aussie friends that join his lives in the morning and it's their evenings. So he likes to keep it pretty good timing to catch most people. Obviously, if you can't catch us live, you are welcome to watch the replay. I will be sharing links next week to the replay for everybody. So that pretty much wraps it up for today's episode. I pondered whether or not I want to put out a video with some of my favorite quilts from QuiltCon, but I don't know if I should, just because that's one of the luxuries of being able to go to QuiltCon is you see the art, but then again, there's a lot of people who couldn't make it to Atlanta, so maybe I will. We'll see what type of time I have over the next couple days to try to get a video out for that. So until next time, stay happy and keep stitching.